Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jack Groza. Here at Cohos Commons Field, we have the SAIT Trojans taking on the Old College Broncos. Last season, the SAIT Trojans outscored the Broncos 16-1. Over the offseason, now the Broncos have their rebranded colors of blue, green, and white. The Trojans with their white and red. Both teams starting off good. The Trojans obviously right now undefeated in the season, going 7-0. Having not lost at home in 734 days. That is a big number, and it just goes to show how dominant this women's team is at home. For the Trojans, starting in net, it looks like it will be Alex Larios. And over for the Broncos, it will be Delaney Barrett. Currently, of course, as I said, 7-0 the SAIT Trojans, as they'll be taking the kickoff here today on this very sunny day here at the SAIT main campus. Megan Weeb will be taking the kickoff for the Trojans, as Trojan soccer is back at Cohos Commons Field. And SAIT will start off with possession. Pass over to Vega. Vega holding on to it. She passes it over. Trojans working it in their own zone. Broncos take it away. Thrown back in. Broncos gain possession. SAIT take it away along the left side of the field, making a good run for it. Pass over to Weeb. She'll pass it back, or she gets taken down. Pass along that field gets intercepted. SAIT working the ball in the midfield. Now they start working their way up. Along the left side of the field. Pass up. Trojans looking for their first opportunity of the game. Fighting for it. Long kick soars high and to the right. And that ball end up out of bounds behind the Broncos net. As Barrett will go over to collect the ball. Currently, right now, in the women's soccer leaderboard, Megan Weeb is second in points with 20, 8 goals and 4 assists. The next Trojan is Nikki Charlton, who's in a tied 6th place with 6 goals and 2 assists for 14 points. The ball rolled out of bounds, and the Trojans look to get the throw in to get their first opportunity here today. Thrown in, header by the Broncos. Vega picks it up, gives it over to Weeb. Weeb tries to pass it, tussle for the ball there. And Tiana Payton will pass it back. Both teams trying to work their way up towards the net. Long pass over to Weeb. Weeb has it. She tapped it over. Shoots! And a big save by Barrett. That was the Trojans' first good chance of the game today. Coming in at 3 minutes and 10 seconds into this game. Foul along left field. Trojans maintain control. They'll pass it back. Long pass upfield. Soars over Megan Weeb's head. And the Broncos defense will kick the ball out as Vega will go for the throw in. Weeb passes the ball right back to Vega. Vega passes it up, goes off the head. Both teams tussling in this one corner. Broncos take it away. Pass upfield. Trojans take it away. Pass up in front goes a bit too far as Barrett will send it long. Now working on the right side of the field. Vega makes her way through. Pressured. Charlton now with the ball. She'll pass it over. Weave has it. Shoots! And it soars high into the right of the net as she gets taken down. Bronco player checking in on her. Good sportsmanship. The Broncos currently sit 6th in the Southern Division of ACAC soccer. Great job at keeping the ball in bounds there as the Broncos now try to force their way out of their own side of the field, but the Trojans aren't letting that happen. Pass upfield. Weave with the ball now. Passes it over. In front now, Charlton. Figuring out what to do. She goes for a low shot. And Brett will make the save to keep this a 0-0 game. Weave blocks the kick there, but the ball will end up going out of bounds. And it'll go back to being a Broncos ball. 6 minutes have just passed in this matchup here today. Barrett with the ball now, studies her options. Long pass upfield. Trojans take it back into the offensive side. Footwork now by the Trojans. Long pass had a bit too much on it, and it will roll out of bounds next to their own bench. Broncos will throw it in just in front of the Trojans bench. Trying to once again get it out of their own side of the field as the Trojans team keeps the pressure on, and the ball will get kicked out of bounds, and it will be a Trojans throw in. A quick one. Peyton chasing for the ball. Keeps it just in. Battle for the ball now. Charlton trying to force away, and the Broncos defense will clear it out. Broncos now passing it back. Pass it upfield. Defensive work by the Trojans gets them the ball back. Charlton passes it long. Trojans keep it in. That's Amy Fallow. She'll pass it into the zone. Go off the body of, I believe, a Bronco. And I believe we'll be getting our first corner kick of the game at just 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Weave will take the corner kick as both teams set up near the Broncos net. Kick in front, and Barrett will make the save with the gloves. Weave may have been trying to go for a corner kick goal. It's rare that it happens, but it does happen. Long pass out. Fallows will take the ball away. And it'll roll out of bounds. Trojans throw it right back in. Weave has the advantage here. Great defensive work by the Broncos' Jane Morris. And I believe we'll be getting a second corner kick. Not even literally, actually, a minute after the first one. Both teams set up. Pass out to Charlton. Weave working her way up. Off the knee of a Bronco. Long kick. Goes just to the right side of the net. A great chance there by Megan Weave to get her first goal of this game. Barrett will go back to pick up the ball. Game has been mostly played in this side of the field in front of me here, which is the Broncos side of the field. They want to get this ball out of their zone as a long pass out front goes off the head of Vega. We will make a tackle, but the Broncos maintain possession. Trojans now working the ball, making their way through. Di Pasquale had the pass there, but looks like the referee didn't like what she saw and she'll blow the whistle. Di Pasquale will take the free kick here. A pretty good chance too. Not too far past the center line. Long pass out to the corner, just as my broadcast partner Simon would say, a bit too much mustard on that, as it would go long and out of bounds. Long pass out by Brett, gets intercepted by Vega. Di Pasquale passes it back. Trojans working their way up once again through the Broncos zone. Great chance here. Gianna Payton shoots! Ooh, and a good save there by Brett as the ball will just roll to the side of her net and eventually out of bounds. And the Trojans will get their third corner kick at 11:42 in this first half. Megan Weave with the corner kick. Kicks it long in front off the head of a Broncos player, and that ball will roll and into the Trojans bench. (12:13) past the first half. Trojans have been very much in control of this ball game. Pass out to Payton. Goes a bit too far, and the Broncos will clear it out of their zone. Trojans keep possession. Di Pasquale with some fancy footwork there. Takes a shot, and that ball will roll wide into the left of the Broncos net. Barrett with the ball now. She'll opt for a long kick. Flies out and into the SAIT Trojans trainers are. As the Trojans would throw in. Throw it right back in. Charlton will pass it right back. Broncos take the ball away. look to get themselves out of their zone. Gets taken away by Charlton. Charlton make a pass over to Peyton, but Broncos defense in the way. Another great chance here. And Barrett will make the save. Barrett with a long kick. Broncos try to keep it in, will go off the top of her head and into the netting to keep the balls from going down that long hill. We pass the ball right back. Long kick, and the referee's whistle will blow there. Broncos will get the throw in, but that ball will bounce off the top of the tent that we've set up for our PA announcing crew. Broncos throw it in. Ball bounces once again off the top of the head and into the netting, as the Broncos finally have the ball in the Trojan zone. Broncos look to open up the scoring here today against this very dominant Trojans team. Throws it out in front. Battle for it there in the corner. Ball will get kicked out of bounds, and the Broncos will get another throw in. They throw it in off the head of a Trojan, off the head of a Bronco. Battle for it along the corner. Broncos look to break through, take a shot, and now go behind the net of the Trojans. And Larios will get the ball. Larios passes it out. Pass back to Larios. She'll try to clear it out of the zone. Ball took an awkward roll off her foot as she kicked it. Broncos now have a really good opportunity to get the first goal of the game. And she'll shoot it high, and it'll go off the cement behind the Trojans' net. And Larios will once again get possession of the ball, and will study her options to get this ball out of their zone. Opts for a long pass out to Vega. Weeb will take the ball away. Weeb now passes it up to Vega. Vega loses the ball as the Broncos will clear it out of bounds. Good sized crowd we have out here today. Weeb now passes it out. Try to get a bit of a shot there as the ball will go wide. Barrett will get the ball behind her net and make her way back in front of her net to once again kick the ball. Long pass out off the head of, I believe that's Weeb out there. Broncos now trying to work their way up as the Trojans will kick it right above our official's head to make sure the Broncos don't get any good momentum in their zone. (17-21) so far this game. 0-0 as the Broncos will throw in the ball and try and make their way up to this Trojans net. Pass up in front, intercepted by the Trojans, and they'll clear it back out. Peyton had control of the ball momentarily. Fallow's now battling for it, but the ball will roll out to the Broncos trainers. They throw it right back in. Battle for it along the left side of the field. Broncos get a good opportunity here, And the Trojans will make sure that doesn't happen, and they'll kick it out of bounds. Broncos trying to get their first real good opportunity here at just past 18:20 in the first half. They throw it in. Battle for it now. Trojans come away with it. Try to pass it up, gets intercepted by the Broncos defense there. Trojans now get control of the ball. Long pass up to Weeb. Weeb passes it up to Peyton. Peyton running for it now. She gets cleared. Peyton now. First opportunity here for her. Shoots! And Barrett will make the quick save there. An excellent chance for Peyton. And the ball will get stopped right between the legs of Barrett. And she'll kick it long and far out to midfield. Trojans with the ball in narrow zone. Battle for it in midfield. Broncos now with a good opportunity. They pass it over. In the corner now. Pressure by the Trojans, and Vega comes through with the ball. Tries to make her way through, but Broncos aren't going to let that happen. A pass to try and just clear the ball, and the ball will go off the body of Charlton and out of bounds as the Broncos get the throw in. Long throw in. Battle for it. Ball gets kicked high, and Larios will grab that as she rolls it out. Good opportunity here for the Trojans as they make their way back down the field. Tried to pass there, but was off target, and Barrett will roll it back out. A bit too hard now. Vega passes it back. Trojans now with a good opportunity here. Charlton with some footwork there. Passes it up to Vega. And it will be Barrett's ball as the ball will just roll out of bounds. Barrett now opts to kick the ball. Kicks it long and hard down to midfield. Broncos now with the ball in their own zone. Passing the ball back and forth, making sure the Trojans don't get control of it. Pass it out and off the foot, and that ball will roll just out of bounds to my left. Pass out in between the bodies of Trojans and Broncos there. And a long kick out, and Gervich will kick that ball sky high, and a header by the Trojans. Now Vega has a good opportunity. She'll kick it towards the net. Peyton runs for it, but Barrett will grab it and hold on to it. Long and high kick by Barrett out to midfield. Trojans will take control of the ball. Now working their way up the field. Along the outside now. Trojans have a good opportunity here. Pass back, but just a bit off target as the pass is intended for Peyton. Long pass up off the knee of Peyton, and the Broncos will clear it back out, and it'll go into the Trojans bench. Just about halfway through this first half in this soccer matchup between the SAIT Trojans and the Olds College Broncos. Pass up now. Weeb has a good opportunity here. She opts for the pass. Goes behind us. Di Pasquale will chase it. Ball gets kicked and kept in by the Broncos. Trojans get control of it around center field. Pass back to Gervitz. She'll pass it up. It gets kicked right back. Good opportunity here for the for the Olds College Broncos. Battle for it in the corner. And it'll get kicked out of bounds, and it will be the Trojans' ball. The wind's starting to pick up a bit out here at Cohos Commons Field. Some of the men's Trojan soccer players are already here watching the game. I can see a few of them down near the Trojan side of the field. Obviously, they'll play later today, just after this game. Pass out in front. The Broncos try to get the opportunity there, but the Trojans will intercept the ball. Broncos get the ball right back. Pass in front. Larios makes the dive, and she'll hold on to make sure the Broncos don't get anywhere near her net. Pass out now. Peyton chasing it. The Broncos will pass it back to Brett, and she'll kick it high and straight down into center field. Trojans working their way back up. Weeb now with a good opportunity. Weeb holds on to it. Passes it over. And the referee will whistle the play dead. And it looks like we'll get a bit of a kick right in front of the net. Amy Fallows will take the kick. First goal of the game could be coming right up now as Fallows with the shot off the crossbar. And the referee will whistle the play dead just as the ball was rolling towards the Broncos net. Trojans had a real good opportunity there, but off the crossbar and back. That was the closest we've ever gotten to a goal so far this game, as Brett will kick the ball right back out. Broncos now trying to work it up. Larios will grab the ball. Long kick out to center field. Di Pasquale will pass it over. Trojans now once again trying to work the ball as the pass goes a bit too far out, and Brett will grab the ball and opt for a long kick down midfield. Di Pasquale now with the ball. She'll pass it up. Weeb once again with another opportunity. Tries to pass it out, but blocked in front by the Broncos defense. Vega with a pass there. Vega pass back to Weeb. Weeb shoots, and it'll just go past the corner post and to the right of the Broncos net. Weeb has had a few good chances so far today. Fallows had arguably the best chance as she took a penalty kick that would go right off the crossbar. Barrett now, she has the ball. Long pass down right field, off the head of a Trojan. Broncos now have control in their own zone. Passed it up. Taken away by Trojans defense. Pass up to Megan. Broncos coming away with it. Battle for it. Vega comes away with it. Passes it to Weeb. She'll pass it back. Behind her. Di Pasquale now at the ball. She'll pass it back. Pass up to Vega. Vega now. Passes it out in front to Weeb, who passes over to Peyton. Peyton now. Pass back to Vega. Long pass over. Gets a shot off there, and Brett will make the save. Brett now long kick. Past center field. Gervich will header it back into the Broncos zone. Charlton now with the ball. She'll hold on to it. Works her way into the middle of the field. Pass over to Vega. Vega passes it. Good chance here for Fallows, but the referee calls, I think that was offside, and Fallows wasn't too thrilled as she would kick the ball and it would hit Barrett in the side of her leg. That was another good opportunity for the Trojans to try and get the first goal of the game, but referees would blow it offside. Brett, long pass to right field. Ball stays in. For the meantime, before it would roll out of bounds near the Trojans bench, as Broncos will throw the ball in right away. Broncos now have a good opportunity here. Battle for the ball, and it'll roll out of bounds, and the Trojans will get the throw in. Studies her options, throws it out off the head of the Bronco and back out of bounds. Long throw, tried to aim for Megan Weave, and the ball get kicked sky high off the shoulder of the Broncos. Broncos now trying to get their way, but an errant kick by the Trojans defense will go off of Vega and out of bounds, and the Broncos will get the throw in. Long throw in. Trying to clear it. Broncos get opportunity here, but kick it wide of the net and almost go through the gate we have. One of the two gates we have here at Cohos Commons Field. Larios with the ball. Opts to kick it long. Go just over top of Weave's head. Broncos now have a good opportunity here. Pass out, takes a shot, and Larios will make the save there and throw it right back out. "14 minutes left in the first half. Of course, we have some extra time, I believe. Score is 0-0 so far today. Trojans now trying to work it up. Pass up in front. Peyton now with a really good opportunity here. Takes a shot and it'll roll just wide of the net. Another good opportunity there for Peyton to open up the scoring. Brett will go and claim the ball off to the right of the field here. The crowd seems to be growing continuously as we have some more spectators. Brett with the ball. Long kick off the head of a Trojan, and it'll roll out of bounds, and the Broncos will get the throw in. Studies her options. Throws it long. Long kick high. Stays inside, and the Trojans will maintain the ball in their zone. Long pass over to Vega. Vega now with an opportunity here to get it going. Passes it up to Weeb. Weeb now with the ball. Real good opportunity here for the Trojans. She maintains her way into midfield. Sliding tackle there, and that will be called by the referee. as the Trojans will once again get a free kick. Another really good opportunity here from where this kick is angled. De Pasquale will take the kick as the wind begins to really pick up here at Cohos Commons Field. Broncos defense set up. De Pasquale waits for the whistle. There it is, De Pasquale now shoots, but not enough. It'll go, well, it's going to go wide of the net, but Barrett will grab it. Kicks it long and hard out here, left of the field, into the stands, and the Trojans will get the throw in just to the left of me. Throw it out. Megan trying to make a pass over to Vega, gets intercepted by the Broncos. De Pasquale chases it. She'll pass it back. It gets passed long up front. Broncos will intercept the ball and work their way back down, and the pass goes just out of bounds, and there'll be a Broncos throw in, as I believe Gerbich had the last touch there. Broncos now studying their options on what to do to try and open up this scoring. Long throw in. Trojans will clear it back out to midfield. Off the head of Weeb. Peyton chasing it. Gets intercepted by the Broncos. Charlton now with it. Passes it up. Long kick goes off the back of a Bronco. And the Broncos will kick it out. A good target area for the Trojans. That ball will get knocked out of bounds, and the Trojans will get the quick throw in. Vega now with the ball, battling for it, gets the ball stripped away from her by the Broncos defense. Olds now with the ball on the right side. It gets intercepted by the Trojans. Battle for it now. Midfield. Broncos working their way into the Trojan zone. It gets passed too hard and will roll out of bounds. Trojans now to throw in with just under 9 minutes left in this first half. Ball will roll right into the PA announcer's table. Trojans again trying to work their way up, but the Broncos will continuously kick the ball out of bounds. Once again throwing it hard. Barrett will go out and grab the ball to make sure the Trojans don't get any good kicks. She'll roll it out to her defenseman. Off the leg of Vega. Ball will just roll out of bounds, and it will be Barrett's ball. Barrett now with the ball. Studies her options. Long pass into center field off the head of De Pasquale. And the ball will bounce out of bounds and into the stands here to my left. Broncos once again will get the throw in. Long throw. Battle for it. Trojans will kick it, and that'll go out of bounds and almost hit a few fans. I don't think even one fan knew that ball was coming at him. Broncos throw it back out. Bit too hard of a throw. And it'll roll behind, and I believe the referee just said that'll be a corner kick. Trojans with a bit of confusion written on their faces as the Broncos will get their first corner kick of this game. Both teams set up for this corner kick. Long pass in front, and the ball will get knocked just wide of the Trojans' net as Larios will get another ball and will opt to kick it and pass it out to her teammates. Long pass out, right side of the field. Broncos maintain possession. Working alongside. Now the Trojans have a good opportunity here. Charlton and that was a bit of a shove there, but referee didn't see anything wrong with it as the ball get knocked right back out of bounds, and that will be, I believe, a Trojans throw in. Gets thrown back in quickly as about 5.5 minutes left in this game. Went for a slide tackle there, but the Broncos were able to avoid it. Broncos now have a really good opportunity, but the Trojans defense will kick the ball back out to midfield. Weeb now with the ball in center field, passes it over to Vega. Trojans once again trying to get a goal to kick off this game. Ball roll out of bounds in front of some spectators, and Weeb will take the quick throw in. Broncos will kick it right back out, and it will stay just inside the line before getting kicked right back out. Vega throws it out. Weeb takes it away. She'll pass over to Peyton. Peyton now at the ball. Passes it back over to Peyton. Peyton now passes it up to Charlton. Charlton takes a shot, and Barrett will make the save. Barrett, long kick down the right side of the field. Broncos will keep the ball in. Battle for it along the line there. Now will get knocked out right into the SAIT Trojans trainers. Broncos throwing the ball back in. Gurvich will pass it back over to her teammates. Long pass up. We will header the ball. Peyton chased it before Barrett would tell your options. Tries to clear it. Vega shoots, and it'll just go wide of the net. A great opportunity for the Trojans there, and for Vega to open up the scoring, but the ball would go just wide of the post. Brett studies her options as we've now hit 3 minutes left in this first half. Long pass out, kept in by the Broncos offense, and Trojans will kick it right back out. Vega challenges for the ball, and it gets knocked out. Trojans will get the throw in. Throw out to Vega. Vega will header the ball back. Di Pasquale will battle for the ball, and the Broncos are battling for it. Both teams going back and forth with the ball. Broncos now have possession, and the ball will roll just out of bounds, and the Trojans will get the throw in. SAIT once again with the ball in their own zone. Passes it over, pass up. Peyton tried to get the ball, but the Broncos will take that away from her. Weeb now has the ball. She'll pass it up. Real good opportunity here. Fallows shoots, and that'll be the first goal of the game. Amy Fallows, 43-14 into the first half. And the Trojans will open up the scoring as Fallows gets her first goal of the game. Fallows, as just announced, will get the goal, assisted by Megan Weave, as the Trojans will get the throw in. Off the head of Di Pasquale, Broncos will take it away. Broncos now looking to tie this game back up and essentially create a new game with 1 minute left in this first half, and the errant pass will go long and out of bounds near the PA tent. Trojans now at the opportunity here. Gets taken down, and that'll be a penalty there. Di Pasquale will get the free kick to pass it to her teammates as both teams set up in front of the Broncos net. Long pass, or a shot more like it, as the ball goes just wide of the goalpost there and to the right of the net. As seconds wind down and we are past regulation time in this first half, now going into extra time. Won't be too much extra time. Barrett will get the ball and will study her options on how to get her team their first goal of this game and to tie this game up. Barrett sets the ball down, opts to kick it. Long pass down right field, intercepted by the Trojans. Charlton now at the ball. Passed it up, but Barrett will stop that with her foot and will grab it before Megan Weeb could try and contend for the ball. Long pass again down right field, and that ball get knocked out of bounds, and the Broncos will get the throw in. Broncos throw it in. Balfour along the right side. It gets kicked and will go into the SAIT Trojans trainer's bench and knock over something off of the bench. Long pass out off the head of Di Pasquale and into the netting. And that'll be the end of the first half here today in this women's soccer matchup. Trojans lead 1-0. Stick around after this short break as there'll be more soccer action. Stick around, 10-minute timer has started, and we'll be back with more Trojan soccer at Cohos Commons Field. Trojans lead 1-0.
Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Good to see you.
Here at Cohos Commons Field, the SAIT Trojans lead 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. Amy Fallows had the lone goal for the Trojans. And the Broncos will start things off with the kickoff. Long pass out. Broncos now have a mission to tie this game up before another 45 minutes of soccer can be played. Charlton now with the ball now. Pushes her way through this Broncos defense, and that'll be a penalty there on the Broncos defense for taking Charlton down. And now we'll get immediately things pretty interesting, not even a minute into this second half, as the Trojans will get a penalty kick. And Mickey Charlton will get the free kick. This will be the Trojans' second penalty kick. Charlton studies her options, shoots! And that'll be a goal. Nikki Charlton with the second goal of the game. And it's 2-0 Trojans just past the first minute here in the second half of this hockey game. Charlton, her first goal of the game. Of course, the penalty kick, so there will be no assists, as Charlton will get her first goal of the game. As a long pass out to Follows. And that ball get kicked behind the Broncos net. That'll be Charlton's 7th goal this season. Corner kick for the Trojans. Weeb will receive the ball. She'll pass it over to Charlton. Try to pass it into the front of the net there, but that'll get taken away. Referee will blow the whistle there. I believe they're calling that out of bounds, so the Broncos will get the throw in. Balfour along the right side of the field. Broncos with it in their own zone. Long pass out. Broncos with the ball in their own zone. Just maintaining control of the ball. Making sure the Trojans don't get a third goal. Tight turn there. Ball gets taken away. Charlton now. Passes it over. Long pass up. Pass up to Charlton. Holds on to it. Makes a rush. Tries to get a pass off, but the ball will get knocked away from her, and Barrett will get the ball. Long pass out to center field. We will try to pass it back, but it'll go wide and long. And the ball will get thrown in just in front of me. Long throw in. Gerbich will intercept the ball momentarily as the Broncos will regain control. Broncos working their way with the ball. Getting pressured backward by this Trojans teamwork, and that ball will just roll out of bounds, and the Trojans will get the throw in. Or the Broncos throw in, I guess I should say. Broncos throw it far. Trying to get their first goal of the game. Long shot goes high, and Larios will make the stop. Larios, long pass down right field. Fallows keeps it in. Long pass up. Weeb now with the ball. Trying to get her first goal of the game. And that'll be it. Megan Weeb, her first goal of the game. And it's 3-0 SAIT Trojans. Weeb assisted by Fallows there. A direct flip of the first goal we saw today. Weeb adding on to her goal total. She led the league last year in goals. Trojans intercept the ball, try to pass it back. It gets intercepted by the Broncos. Charlton will take the ball away. She'll work her way up. Another good opportunity here for the SAIT Trojans. The Broncos will take it away. Working with it. Intercepted by the Trojans. The ball get knocked right back out of bounds. Ball will go over the head of the Trojans defense as the Trojans will regain control of the ball and the pass it back. Broncos now trying to work the ball in the midfield. Pass over. Broncos looking to get their first goal of the game. But the Trojans defense will kick that away and keep this a 3-0 game, as we were about to hit the 52-minute mark here in this women's soccer matchup. Broncos will get the throw in. Now down 3-0. The Broncos want to try and at least start getting goals to start roll the momentum in their favor, as right now the momentum is all for the Trojans, as Di Pasquale tried to make the long pass out, but that'll get intercepted and the ball will go right back to Larios. Larios, long pass down right field, gets kept in, battle for it. Fallows now with the ball. Looking to get Weeb a goal there, and Weeb will score again! Her second of the game, and it is 4-0 SAIT Trojans. And again, Fallows assisting Weeb. These two have been working great together so far this afternoon. Broncos get the kickoff. And I just did the quick math there in terms of points. Fallows and Weeb had just worked 9 points in their 3 goals together. 5 points added to Weeb's total and 4 points to Fallows. Ooh, a bit of a shove there from behind, and the referee will not like that. And the Trojans will get another free kick. Looks like it'll be Charlton who will be getting the free kick for the Trojans. Charlton already has 1 goal this afternoon. Kicks it, and that'll go just to the right of the Broncos net. Referee just told Barrett to use one of the spare balls they have beside their respective nets to keep the action flowing, as the Broncos are now down 4-0. That ball gets knocked out of bounds, and that will be a Trojans throw-in. Quick throw-in, gets knocked out of bounds, and once again the Trojans will get the free throw-in. Trojans looking to add on to their goal total. Last season, in both of their games against this Olds College Broncos team, they scored 8 goals per game, allowing only 1 against them in 2 games against the Broncos. Barrett will kick it far out. Broncos working with the ball in center field. Long pass up, gets taken away by the SAIT Trojans defense as the Trojans work their way back upfield. Long pass gets taken away by the Broncos. Fallows was on the ground on her knees there for a bit, but she got right back up. Weeb passed the ball back. Weeb got knocked off her feet. The Broncos are getting very aggressive now with their style of play. And a long kick, and that'll go up and over the fencing here, but sadly no new toys for the construction workers who are working on our new, I guess you could call it a sports plex, I guess you could call it, where the Trojans will play once it is fully built. Currently the Trojans play in Winsport for hockey. For basketball, they will be playing now in the bubble here at SAIT Main campus, so if there's any Trojans basketball fans watching right now, you don't have to go too far for your basketball. And that'll be another penalty on the Broncos as Charlton will get knocked off her feet. Emotions running high on this Broncos team. They're letting in they're taking too many penalties, in my opinion. You're down 4-0, and now you're letting another chance for Nikki Charlton to get her second of the game. Charlton winds up, shoots, and that'll be her second of the game. Nicole Charlton, 2 goals this afternoon, leads the Trojans 5-0 against this Olds College Broncos team. The top 2 Trojans women's players, and Weeb and Charlton now sharing 2 goals apiece this afternoon. The Broncos will be looking to somehow change the momentum here to get it in their favor and try to score a goal against this very dominant Trojans team. Back and forth, working along the side right in front of me. That ball rolled just out of bounds, and the Trojans will get the throw in. And the ball gets kicked behind the Trojans defense. Thrown back up. Charlton gives it over to Weeb. Weeb heads it out. And the referee will blow that play dead. The Broncos will get the free kick. Long pass down the middle, off the head of her teammate. Broncos trying to work their way towards this Trojans goal net, but the defense of the Trojans is working them hard, and they will kick the ball out of bounds for the Broncos throw-in. Along the left side, Weeb keeps it in. She'll pass it up. Trojans once again working their way down. Long pass. Weeb chases it, but the ball had just a bit too much mustard, as my friend Simon would say. If you're wondering where Simon is, he's down in Montana right now doing some lacrosse for, I believe he told me, the league that's just underneath the National Lacrosse League, where the Calgary Roughnecks play. How about that for an opportunity? As of now, Weeb will have 25 points. I'm now just checking my notes. She had 20 going into this game. She now have 25 points. She'll be still second behind the Lakeland Rustlers' Gracie Smithson, who currently, as of right now, has 28 points with 13 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, a really good player for the Rustlers. Referee says the ball was maintained just inside the line, and the Broncos will look to quickly get a throw in. The referee's whistle blew. Looks like we'll be getting our first sub here today, as the Trojans' Ashlyn Grant will head off. She played pretty well today on defense, making sure this Broncos team does not get a goal. DePasquale now running with the ball down center field. She'll pass it out. Fowler's chasing it now, but Barrett will make a dive. And I believe, if my eyes do not deceive me, that is Michaela Wolf who will come on after Grant was subbed off. Broncos now with the ball just in front of their own goal net. Weeb tried to take it away. She'll get knocked off, and that will be another penalty shot. This will be the, if my math serves me, 4th or 5th penalty shot for the Trojans this afternoon. And that will be O'Leary who will take the penalty kick for the Trojans, looking to get her first goal of the game. O'Leary sets up the ball. Brett now with the sun directly in her eyes. As we're nearing the end of the year, the sun, of course, doesn't go as high. There's a bit of science for you. And it looks like we're getting another sub, as Gervich will head off. Or maybe I was wrong, as a Broncos player is on the ground, and I believe this heat maybe, or the sun may be getting to her. Trainers are with her. So is my mistake, which is not getting subbed off. She was just going off to get some water. Looks like the trainers are checking on her head. Obviously, you never want to see a player go down hurt in this game, especially if you're Olds College. You need every player you can get. Try and work your way up the division. Trainers help her up, and they'll make their way back towards the Broncos bench. She's walking on her own accord, which is good to see. But if you're a Broncos fan, you know you're not going to want to see this, especially against this Trojans team, and the Broncos will get a player back on the field, and we'll get ready for this Trojans penalty kick. O'Leary will once again kick the ball. And again, I don't know if you fans at home can see this, but Brett was trying to block the sun with her eyes. O'Leary shoots, and that'll be her first goal of the game. O'Leary makes things 6-0 SAIT Trojans. After that 10-minute break, the Trojans have scored 5 goals in 20 minutes, I believe. Rochelle O'Leary with her first goal of the game. Weeb blocks the pass. Broncos now working with it in the Trojan zone. Work along the right side of the field. The Trojans defense will hold on to it. Weeb now with the ball. Takes a long pass over to Fallows. And Barrett will make sure that ball doesn't get anywhere closer to her net than it needs to be, as she'll clear it out of bounds, and Fallows will run over to get the ball. She has the first goal of this game and has since racked up 2 assists with Megan Weeb. Ball will go behind the Broncos net as DePasquale will go over. And I believe we'll get another corner kick for the SAIT Trojans. DePasquale passes it back to Gurvich. Gurvich passes it in front off the head of a Bronco. And the Broncos will now work the ball back. But DePasquale will intercept it and keep it tight in the Broncos zone. And there is another tackle there, as there is a very angry Trojans fan behind me. Very mad Trojans fan, I should say. Trojans now with the ball in their own zone. DePasquale passes it over to Weeb. Weeb now is in center field with the ball. Passes it back to DePasquale. She'll pass it up to Charlton. Charlton keeps the ball inside. She'll make the long pass up. And the Broncos will clear the ball out of bounds. Looks like we'll be getting 2 more Trojan subs in the near future. Trojans now with the ball and deep in the Broncos zone. DePasquale now with the ball. She gets the ball taken away from her and kicked down midfield and back into the Trojan side of Cohos Commons Field. Trojan with the ball in their own zone. Pass over. Joseph will make the long pass. That gets taken away by the Broncos. Broncos with it, center field. Makes the pass, was a bit of miscommunication there as Weeb will take the ball away. Now DePasquale has it. She'll make the long pass. It gets blocked. Fallows fighting for the ball now. Broncos take it away. Gurvich passes it back up. Bit of a slow pass there, but the Trojans maintain control. DePasquale passes it up to Charlton. Charlton gets tackled over by the Broncos, but now DePasquale has an opportunity here, and she'll make the move, and that'll be a goal. And the SAIT Trojans will lead 7-0 as we're about to hit the 70-minute mark. DePasquale with some impressive footwork to deke the Broncos goaltender, and it is 7-0 SAIT Trojans. And that is Penna and Weeb who will be heading off for the Trojans. Weeb racked up a very nice 5 points. One of the savants is Hamada. DePasquale with the header. Oop, bit of a Missed time there on trying to intercept the ball. Gurvich now with the ball. She'll pass it up. Back to Gurvich. And another takedown. And the Trojans fans here are getting quite upset as the refs are not calling as many penalties as they believe they should. Hamada now with an opportunity. And the play will be blown dead as she went for a kick. I don't know if you can hear me, but that Trojans fan behind me is very upset. But in many sports, the referees will get some, I guess you'd call it, words said to them. Especially if you're a hockey fan, you can get very passionate against the men in stripes. Tried to make a pass, will go off the body of Fallows. Pass up to Fallows. She'll try to make a pass over to Hamada, but that'll get intercepted by the Broncos defense. And I believe now I can see the second person who was subbed on for the Trojans was Kaveza, who's number 5 on your television screens. Broncos with the ball in midfield. Broncos working with it, just trying to get their way into this Trojans zone. SAIT intercepted and the long kick up. Hamada chasing for it, and Barrett will kick the ball long past midfield and go off the head of a Trojan, and that will be a Broncos throw in. I believe the Broncos may have had a sub there. Now the Broncos working with it in the Trojans zone. Long pass in front. Trojans defense hold him off as Hamada now will take the ball away. Oh, and that is a big tackle there. And that was a yellow card on 8. And the fans behind me yelling at the ref, telling the ref that that should be a red card, as she's been the one doing most of the tackles that have been either miscalled or called. The Trojans men's team are here now. They are arriving just in front of me. They'll be playing against the Broncos just after this game wraps up. Long pass out. Battle for the ball in midfield. SAIT run away with it. Down the side. Follows. She already has a goal and 2 assists tonight. She can probably rack up more points depending on how this game goes. And the Trojans now with the ball in midfield. And that'll be another penalty on the Broncos. I can't even remember. I don't even know how many penalties that is against the Broncos. Probably the most I've seen in a single game for one team anyway, since I did a Circle K hockey game back last December, and I was on PA that night, and there were a lot of penalties. And I believe it was the Junior Oilers. Well, one of the Junior Oilers anyway, that one of their junior teams that had a very intense battle. Trojans now working the ball up. Battle in the corner. That'll get knocked over, and they'll say that'll be the Broncos ball. For you fans who are wondering who number 8 is on the Broncos, that is Maria Luisa Cota Santos. That is one hell of a name. She got the first yellow card of this game, as now the Broncos will make a sub. And that'll be Taylor Trudzik, who will come on for the Broncos. Maybe hope to get her team some momentum. Gurvich now with the ball. She'll pass it back. SAIT working with it. Long pass out. Fallows now chasing for the ball. Takes a shot. Big save by Barrett off the leg. That was a tough save she had to make there. Battle for it now. Trojans run away with it. Pass in front. And Hamada gets her first goal of the game. And it is 8-0 Trojans as the entire team goes to celebrate with her. Yuko Hamada with her first goal of the game to make things 8-0 at the 77th minute in this soccer matchup, as the Broncos will get the kickoff. Larios will stop it. Caveza will get the assist for the Hamada goal. Trojans working with the ball in center field. Pass it back. Now Trojans work back up. Di Pasquale will pass over to Fallows. Fallows make sure the ball doesn't roll out of bounds in front of the Broncos bench. She'll make the long pass, but it will roll just out of bounds, and the Broncos will get the throw in. The play is blown dead before it could really start there. Broncos with the ball in their own zone. They'll make the long pass upfield. With it deep in the corner. Pressure by the Trojans defense. And that ball rolled just out of bounds. And I believe what we just witnessed was Hamada's first ever SAIT Trojans goal this season. Hence the big celebration by her teammates. Broncos with a big opportunity there, but that ball get kicked wide, and the Broncos player will get knocked down, as it looks like we'll have a few more subs coming up for the Trojans, as Charlton and Fallows will go off. Really good games for both of them. Racked up some amazing points. Some of the Trojans fans congratulating Kamado just now, as the Broncos maintain the ball in the Trojan zone. Good chance there with that ball roll wide of the net. Just past 80 minutes in this soccer matchup. Score 8-0 Trojans. They've already equaled their goals per game, I guess you could say, against this Broncos team last season. Long pass will go wide and will roll just in front of us here. Over to me. Hamada hands off the ball, and Trojans will get the throw in. Pass back to Gurvich. She'll pass it out. Long pass out to Hamada. But that ball bounced high and out of bounds. Thrown in by the Broncos. Off the head of Gurvich. Trojans take the ball away, and they'll work their way up midfield momentarily before the Broncos will intercept it. And back and forth the ball will go between the two teams as Di Pasquale makes the long pass out. Caveza makes the pass up. Kept inside. Trojans now with an opportunity. Pass out for Hamada. She tried to tip it in with a bit of fancy footwork, but it will roll just wide of the net. And it will be the Broncos ball, I believe. Or it will be a SAIT Trojans corner kick as we just hit the 82nd minute mark. Di Pasquale with the corner kick. Long pass in front of the net. Broncos will clear it out of their zone. Down center field, long pass gets intercepted. Trojans will pass it back up to Di Pasquale as she'll make her way down the right side of the field. Long pass. Just a bit off target and will roll to the side of the Broncos net. Barrett trying to get this ball back out of her zone, her team's zone. Off the chest of a Trojans player, and the Trojans will take the ball away. They'll try to pass it, but it was off target. Now the Broncos will steal it, only for the Trojans to steal it right back. Hamada make the quick pass back to her teammate. And another big tackle there. Long pass, but Larios will come out to kick the ball back down midfield. Di Pasquale will take the ball away for the Trojans. She'll pass it over to Hamada. Hamada now with the ball. Passes it over. Battle for the ball now. And the ball will roll just out of bounds, and it will be a Trojans throw in. Joseph will get the throw in for the Trojans. Throws it out. Trojans now working with the ball. Pass over to O'Leary. Pass back to Joseph. Joseph, long pass. Shot, and Brett will make the save, and the ball will roll behind her net, and that, I believe, will be another corner kick for the SAIT Trojans team, as the Olds College men's Broncos have just arrived here at Cohos Commons Field, and they'll start getting stretched and warmed up for their matchup after this women's matchup. It was scheduled for 2 o'clock, but depending on how long this game goes and how much extra time is added, it may be just after 2 o'clock. Long pass over. Joseph goes over to receive it. Joseph gets the ball kicked away from her, and she'll get the ball for the SAIT Trojans throw in. Joseph throws the ball over to Hamada, back to Joseph. Long pass. Olivia Di Pasquale with a header off the crossbar. A beautiful header by Di Pasquale. And a long shot there. That'll just go to the side of the net. Two great opportunities there by the SAIT Trojans to get a 9th goal today, but the crossbar said no to that. Brett will opt to kick the ball. Long pass out. Trojans will take it away. Hamada now with the ball. She'll make her way with it. She'll fight for it. She'll get the pass off. Pass back midfield. O'Leary now. She'll pass over. Deep pass. Squally with a shot. And a tough save there for Barrett, as she'll just get enough of her hands on it to knock it behind her own net, I believe. And this will be another Trojans corner kick, as Deep Pasquale will go over for the ball. 3.5 minutes left in regulation before we get extra time here at Cohos Commons Field. Temperature is just beginning to rise, but we still, of course, have some wind up here, which is keeping us cool. Di Pasquale with a kick almost right in front of the Broncos net, and she'll make another pass. Brett will knock that away, and the Broncos will clear it back out into the stands. Just under 3 minutes now. The Trojans lead 8-0, which is a similar performance to what they had last season against this Broncos team. Joseph throws the ball in. O'Leary takes the ball. She'll pass over to Hamada. Hamada, she'll pass it back to her teammate. Long pass over. Trojans working with it now. Foul for it. Di Pasquale will kick it, and Barrett will make the easy stop there with her hands, as she'll now go for a long kick past midfield, but the Trojans will take it away momentarily as the Broncos now gain possession. Only for the Trojans and the Broncos, and the Trojans and the Broncos to go back and forth with this ball, and a pass back to Larios, and Larios will pass the ball long out. Maintained. Pass up to Hamada. Hamada now looking for her second goal of the season. With it now, Hamada. Off the pass over to O'Leary. O'Leary passes it back. Trojans now with a dangerously good opportunity, but the Broncos will intercept the ball, and they'll begin working their way. Joseph is on her knee on the ground, and the referee will blow the play dead. Don't know what happened with Joseph, but she was on her knee. And it looks like she'll be making her way back over to the Trojans bench. Trainer's going to check in on her. Long pass for the Broncos. Gurvich goes back to chase for the ball. She'll pass it back to Larios. Larios will pass it back to Gurvich. She'll pass it back. Trojans now with the ball in their own zone. Pass over to Di Pasquale. She'll tip it up in front, but the Broncos will intercept it. Entering the final few seconds in regulation time. Broncos now trying to at least get a goal today, but that'll get kicked wide of the net. And I believe I just heard the PA announcer box say that that'll be 1 minute of extra time. Trojans will go over, and Larios will receive the ball for her team. Larios with the ball. She's going to kick it. Kicks it long down midfield. Intercepted by the Broncos momentarily before Trojans will take it away. Hamada chasing it down the left field. Isn't able to keep it inside as that pass was just in front of her. Quick throw in by the Broncos down the corner of the field, and that ball will get thrown in out of bounds, which is odd and a bit rare, but that could be because of some of the wind that we have up here. Gurvich will throw it over to Hamada, and that ball, I don't even think left the field, or left the out of bounds area, as Gurvich will get a rethrow. Throws it again. And that'll be it here in this women's soccer matchup. The SAIT Trojans will come away winning 8-0 to match their now win streak and season record of 8-0. Trojans played incredibly well today. The Broncos played good for themselves against this very dominant team. But the SAIT Trojans will walk away with an 8-0 win to match their record. Hamada scores her first goal of the season, and her teammates will celebrate with her. And it looks like some of the fans of the players will come over to celebrate with Hamada out with the team. 8-0 Trojans win. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen, as we will have players of the game before we set up for the men's matchup. Megan Weeb, Cole Charlton, Amy Fallows, Dee Pasquale, Hamada, all possible contenders for player of the game today for your SAIT Trojans. The Broncos player of the game will go to number 20, Alyssa Wachiniak. She played solid today. And Amy Fallows will be gifted player of the game for the Trojans, racking up some assists for Megan Weeb today. Both players getting their picture taken now after an incredibly good performance by Fallows today. Getting the opening goal and a few more assists to go along with her game today. And that'll be all for this women's matchup. SAIT Trojans win 8-0. I'm Jack Rosa. Stick around on the SAIT Trojans YouTube channel as the men's game will be coming up in a very short while.